What is going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. I am here with the man himself, former head writer of WWE, Vince Russo. How are you, my brother?
Doctor, you got me staying up all hours of the night to get this show done, bro. And why? I have no clue, because there is absolutely nothing to talk about. The only thing I'm interested in hearing is, how are those 20-minute entrances being in the building? That I want to hear.
Cody,
I want to hear
Cody
that
Rhodes.
experience. Yeah, please tell me what that experience is like.
Cody Rhodes. That's how it was. Everybody was eating from the plate, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, man. It's a different feel there live. We talked about that. It has a more concert feel. But my biggest takeaway from this show was, one, yes, it does have a more of a concert feel. It's different being there. But being there just shows me I was actually playing my kind of Candy Crush game throughout a lot of it, because that's just how I was feeling, as far as just a lot of the substance, man. I've seen it before, and I'm not going to be, I always say I'm not a prisoner of the moment, man. But the Jey Uso entrance was pretty cool live, and my son, my middle child, youngest son, he is a big Jey Uso fan, so I took a video for him, so he's going to look forward to seeing it. But my thing was, man, when I saw the crowd, I said, see, this right here is exactly what WWE, this is what they long every week.
Yeah.
This is what they want. This is exactly what they want every single week. And I was like, there was so many people around me just marking out. And I was the one saying, and I literally said this out loud. One of my only comments of the entire night, I was like, why in the heck is Jade Cargill playing from behind the whole match? Like, I think that's the only commentary that I had the whole show. And that really bugged me. Like, Jade Cargill, someone who's double Roxanne Perez's size, is playing the baby, coming back from behind, not playing the killer role. That did not make sense to me whatsoever, man. And so that's my takeaway from the show.
I'll tell you what one of my Go ahead. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Chris? No, I'm good. That's my takeaway.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, one thing like off the bat that I took away was, as Braun Breaker is beating Penta. Bro, do you remember Penta's build up, the vignettes? We had him on winning every week. Bro, how long does it take for them to make every wrestler just another wrestler on the card? Penta now is just another wrestler on the card. That's it.
Yes. I mean, and it's sad. That's another thing that I noticed. It's funny that you said that, because I'm glad that you reminded me of that. I was thinking about that too when Penta just lost the match, just because I said, one, why the heck did they even book the match? What was the point? And two, I was like, man, they spent all that daggone money on Penta's entrance, because I was right near the entrance by Penta's. I was right by the aisle, and I heard the pyro. I saw the fire. I saw the pyro kind of spinny, whirly thing. And I said, man, every week, this is a lot of money that they spend on this pyro, just for him to feel like just another guy. Like, if you're going to invest in him as a character, why not bring him to a top level? And I'm sure that they're selling a bunch of Penta merch, but it's like, man, why in the heck are you spending all that money on this character just to make him feel like everybody else? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me from a business perspective.
And then, bro, like, again, I don't know if they realize they're doing things, if they're doing stuff on purpose. I don't know, but 2 super kicks and a crossroads can't beat Cody, but one crossroads can beat Jey. That buries Jey. Like, I don't know if they realize that or not, but I'm watching this. two, and then he gives him 2 super kicks, the crossroads, and Cody pops right back up and goes to the corner.
Yes.
And I'm Jay, do you not understand that buries you, bro? And then Cody does the one crossroads and he goes over.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's like, he does all that, and he's like, he's going up for the splash. He just pops up, like he does all that, and all of a sudden, boop, just pops up. I said, what are we doing here? But guess what, Vince? I'm being the logical one of the bunch, thinking about all this stuff.
Yeah.
While the fans are,
oh yeah, and then Chris, I said it on SmackDown, because nothing means anything anymore. So when freaking CM Punk goes through a table and he's laying there for 20 minutes, he freaking looks weak. We've seen people go through announce tables and get. So what did they do? What did they do tonight? I don't know if you saw this in the back or not. I don't know if they played it for you. What did they do? Rhea Ripley, this is coming off of SmackDown on Friday when CM Punk is dead on the table for 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Rhea Ripley goes through the table. We go to commercial. We come back from commercial. She's sprinting into Pierce's office. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I guess it didn't have the same effect on her that it had on CM Punk. I guess this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, does anybody there realize any of this stuff, man?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
And again, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right, Chris?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, does it ever matter? As long as the pops pop, as long as the marks pop, they don't care, man. And like I said, it showed me that being there live showed me in this era of WWE that this is exactly what they're looking for every single week. Exactly what they're looking for. And I said, see, they're never going to book for the casuals from these types of reactions. Man, it's just they wanted they're popping for Roxanne. I'm like,
Gunther's getting cheered. Gunther's getting cheered when he's talking about killing Goldberg. Okay, whatever, man.
And it was back and forth too. So let's just go through because just to let y'all know, SK Nation, I already did half of my job today by covering main events. And so this podcast is going to be abbreviated. So let's get right into it. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed cuts an in-ring promo. You got anything on that, Vince?
No, again, man, it's just we do it every week. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. What was the purpose of this opening promo? Everybody is running a race for second place. That's the purpose of the promo. Yeah. Okay, whatever. There's no, usually, bro, when I wrote in rings, you wrote an in ring because somebody has something to say. They have nothing to say here. What do they have to say? It has nothing to do with business tonight. It's not setting up tonight's show. Everybody's running a race for second place. Okay, all right, great.
Yeah. The one thing that stuck out with me was when Seth said something that was actually spot on, man. He said, "You guys don't know what you want." He said, "One time you want to cheer for Punk, then you want to boo, and then you want to start cheering for the OTC, and then you want to start barking like a dog for Rod, and you want to sing my song." I said, "He's spot on right there, man." I don't know if that was a part of his promo. I don't know if he just said that ad lib, but it's like, okay, that these Pavlovian dogs go wherever you want them to go. Like, do you just capitalize on it and keep having them sing for you? And how does that help somebody else? And it's like, since you already know this is happening and the fans are doing this, how is that going to get you? That was a good moment to get him heat. But then right after, he just allows him to start singing his song again. So it's like,
Chris, that's what you gotta ask yourself. That did he Did he start dressing down because he doesn't want to be like entertaining and flamboyant anymore because he's a heel? And if that's the case, then why are you still singing? They go hand in hand.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. I still don't know why he still has that same song. It still doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. Breaker being Penta, we talked about that, feeling just another person. Adam Pearce is with AJ Styles, cancels the match, Night of Champions against Dominic due to injury. Then New Day with Grayson Waller comes in. Pearce books a match next week versus Judgment Day against the New Day Vince.
I don't know I don't know what that New Day Grayson Waller thing is. I don't know. And
they'll still do stuff backstage with him every week, and somehow they'll be talking. So
I don't know. And bro, word on the street is that either AJ or Dominic did not want to go to Saudi. That's why they pulled the match. Yeah. And see, if that's the truth, I'll be honest with you. If that's the truth, that should be part of the show.
It should be. Yeah. I wonder why they book it if someone didn't want to go though. Why couldn't they?
Well, because of what just took place. That's why they didn't want to go. Because we just bombed Iran, and now they're threatening retaliation. So that's why whoever decided they didn't want to go, that's why they pulled the match.
That makes sense. Yeah. If it was Dominic though, if it was Dominic, I don't see why they would. I don't see why they wouldn't make an adjustment there. If Dominic wants to go, they could easily do a replacement. They could have somebody attack AJ or something, or number one contenders match. AJ goes out for injury, or if it's AJ who wants to go and Dominic doesn't want to go, why don't Dominic plays the injury and then you can still have AJ being a number one contenders match somehow? Like I don't see why they wouldn't make an adjustment with that and just kind of pull the match. It just feels so cold for them to just pull the match. That just doesn't make sense. Jade Cargill defeating Roxanne Perez. Did you have anything on this?
No, like just kind of like you said, 50-50. I mean, Jade Cargill is supposed to be a monster. Rosie Perez looks like every other Rosie Perez on the card. I don't understand it for the life of me, bro.
Yeah,
it would be like Mr. Wonderful going 50-50 with Salvatore Bellomo.
There you go. And I would even say it was 50-50, man. Like Jade was coming from behind the entire match. I'm like, why is Jade coming from behind this entire match? That did not make sense to me at all.
Because bro, they got their favorites. I mean, she's the new shiny toy up from NXT, and it's freaking ridiculous because, again, I'll say it again, 100 people can look at these two performers, and 100 people will tell you Jade Cargill is the money. So why are you worried about protecting Roxanne Perez for even a minute? Why?
Yes.
Why? Because she's a good little hand. Good little hands are a dime a dozen. Jade Cargill is special.
Yes, 100%. Dominic Mysterio interview with Jackie Redmond. Jackie Redmond basically buries Dominic and tells him to leave because he ran out of time, is what she said. We got a backstage Alpha Academy and Sheamus interrupted by Rusev. They talk about old stuff and stare each other down.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah. Gunther cuts an in-ring promo. I thought this was strong. I thought this promo was strong, personally. What did you think, Vince?
No, again, it's just they're cheering for Gunther like they cheered for Cena. And I just it's just very, if you're a viewer watching at home, it's very, very confusing.
I think the problem with the fans, Vince, is that they want to like Goldberg, but because it's the cool thing to do to cheer,
they're not allowed to. Yeah, they're not allowed to like Goldberg. Yes, absolutely. Exactly. Absolutely, Chris.
Because live there was a bunch of Goldberg chants at the beginning. Like it was a bunch of Goldberg chants. It was just shrouded with Goldberg cheers. And then when Gunther comes out and talks about old and stuff like that, then all of a sudden, like, because at first he was getting heat, people were booing him, and then when he was talking about Goldberg being old and yesterday's news, then that turned the corner of them starting to cheer him, because it's like, oh, we're supposed to boo Goldberg, you know what I mean? I forgot, I'm supposed to boo Goldberg. That's a cool thing to do right now. So when he kept doing that, I was like, again, man. Fans don't know what the heck they want, man. No. It's just, what's the cool thing to do? Let's do that, unfortunately. We got the Becky Lynch backstage interview. Then we have Jackie Redmond walking up to Sami Zayn after talking to Becky. Karrion Kross interrupts. Zayn punches Kross as match official after talking to Adam Pearce. Safe to say that Sammy's going to get this win because of the Middle Eastern affiliation there?
No, well, I think Sammy may get this win, bro, because Kross's contract is up in August. And, and it looks to me like they don't want Kross to have any bargaining power whatsoever. That's what it looks like to me. And putting Sammy over Kross, to me, that will be the death knell. That will be the death knell.
I can definitely see that happening.
I can too.
It seems like I think there's a combination of both of those elements there. I think because they used to do that with Mansoor. They would have him they wanted like someone to represent like the Middle East. And so they would have like Mansoor have like random pop-up wins, just for the Middle Eastern crowd to cheer. And it seems like now Sami Zayn's like, the Middle Eastern guy, he's, Syrian, roots. And it's like, okay, sure. All right. We'll give him that. But why against Karrion Kross though? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see why. But
that's why. Give Sammy a good win on Kross's way out.
Yeah. Wow. That's unfortunate, man. What else we got? We got Becky Lynch defeating Bayley by DQ because Lyra Valkyria attacks Lynch.
Yeah.
Anything on that?
I still have the feeling that they're somehow, some way going to turn Velcro on Bayley and have her go back with Becky. That's what I think.
I think this is going to lead to a triple threat. It wouldn't surprise me if a triple threat's going to be booked for Saudi. Backstage, we got Gable talking to Liv Morgan. Liv walks Morgan. Up to
Ivy Nile.
Talking to Ivy Nile, walking up to Penta, and then Penta takes him out. Creed brothers come to save him, and then Kaiser's in the background looking over that. What do you think that affiliation?
Flying him in for that. That was worth coming in for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me take you away from Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
How about you come over to Columbus and just have a spot where you just look at the melee between.
That sounds good to me.
Nice. Raquel Rodriguez cuts an in-ring promo, calls out Rhea Ripley. Rhea comes up, brawls with Raquel. Roxanne comes out and distracts Rhea, and then Raquel does the Tiana bomb to Rhea.
I just can't wait to see how they drag this out with Liv and Roxanne and Rodriguez for 4 months, because I'm telling you, bro, the way they made it sound tonight, you're not going to see Liv Morgan for 4 months.
Yeah. So when Rhea went over to, they showed it on the screen and they showed the volume too, but I wasn't really paying attention. Was it a match? I know it was an official match.
Big match next week for the 94th time, the 95th time between Rhea Ripley. Yeah. Oh my God, bro! Like every single thing we've seen a million times. Everything, man.
Backstage interview, Asuka gets interrupted by Io Sky. We're not damage control anymore, and I'll see you at SummerSlam, Vince.
Yeah, whoopee.
That's basically what happened. Yeah. Then the main, Cody defeating Jey Uso. King of the Ring finals is Cody and Orton. I think this is pretty clear because Saudi wants that kind of big fight feel with these matches.
I agree.
So I think Orton.
I just don't know how though Seth and his boys wouldn't have had any interest in this match. That's what I don't understand. I don't get that for a second. They come out in the opening segment and then they're gone the whole entire night. Like, he's got the case. He's got the case. You would think he'd have some interest in this match, but I guess not.
And with Cody and Jey.
Yeah.
For the sake of what? He's got the case, and what's the affiliation between them?
Well, just because, I mean, the winner of this is going to get a shot at the title. So, I mean, that would be in his best interest to see who's going to win the King of the Ring, I would think.
That's true. Yeah. SummerSlam, I think they whoever wins has a SummerSlam match, according to what Oscar said.
I don't know, bro. All these events just run into each other between Saudi and Saturday night's main event and SummerSlam, and I can't keep track with it anymore, bro. I really can't. There's just way too many shows and way too much going on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get through these super chats here. We got Coach V, $1,000 of ARS currency. I'm just here 30 minutes before you start. I'm a casual and I can't watch WWE anymore. I prefer being alone right here and being happy.
Good for you. Good for you, Coach V. Yes.
Let's see here. We got Chris Martinez, $4.99. I think Night of Champions should stay in U.S. for the time being because going to Saudi is crazy.
I agree with you 1,000%, but it's all about the money.
The money. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they should be flying out tomorrow or Wednesday because they
some
like
people, some crew is already flying out.
Yep. We got Hamp Connell, $4.99. Conspiracy theory. Come on, what you got, Vince?
Yep.
Is WWE not canceling Night of Champions because of greed, or has TKO spent all of the money?
Probably both. Yeah, probably both.
Yes, indeed. We got Steve, $10. I noticed Seth's attire is less kooky lately, and Gunther not cutting that promo to Goldberg's face makes him look weak. He had the opportunity last week.
You see, it's funny, bro, because the casuals, they see that stuff. They see that. They see it. I mean, what Steve is saying here about, Goldberg ate him up last week, but Gunther's puffing his chest out when Goldberg's not in the building. I mean, you're dead on, bro.
Makes him look weak. Did Goldberg have any
he had to sit down with Michael Cole.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, it was okay. Just typical Goldberg,
Gotcha. Let's see here. We have Super Omega.
That's funny that they have Gunther cutting the promo, but they don't play the Goldberg thing to the house. That's weird.
I think I overheard something. I went out and got something to eat. So
okay, maybe that's why. Okay.
Yeah, there was something playing while I was away from it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Super Omega, $2.99. Predictable King of the Ring. Bad booking from Triple H.
Yeah, well, everything's predictable, man. Everything.
Yeah. Super Omega, $2.99. Who's taller, Hornswoggle or Roxanne Perez?
Great question.
We got Eric, $5. Vince, I'm convinced you can write a better show blindfolded than Triple H.
I could write a better show, Eric, with no hands. How about that? With no hands, I could write a better show than Triple H.
No hands. Zubair, $10. Wow, Rollins is straight up terrible. Trash on the mic. You would think with Heyman with them it helps, but no. Sing the song Appease the Plavolian Dogs. Well, I'm confused whether you're a face or a heel.
We still got it. We still never got an explanation of why Seth and Heyman are together. That has still not been told to us. Still to this day, we still don't know.
Neither do we know why Bronson, Reed, and Braun Breaker's with them either.
Nor do we know why Heyman turned on CM Punk. We do know this though. Heyman is getting almost. He's approaching a Paul Bearer weight. To be honest with you, that we do know. Yes.
Hope he's okay. Polka Star 18199 WWE Unreal Writers Room will be joke of a show.
You know what's funny, man? I don't see them promoting that anymore.
Yeah, that's why I was asking you. Has that started yet? Like I haven't seen them promoting.
I have not seen that been promoted at all lately. I have no idea what's going on with that.
They promote the heck of all the podcasts that's going on nowadays. The 6 Feet Under, the Raw Recap, the Cody Rhodes, like in the arena. We got promo of the Cody Rhodes podcast, the Taker podcast, the Raw Recap podcast, and the Stephanie podcast. Like throughout.
So when we're not watching this, we're supposed to be listening to it.
Yes. We also got Traffic Jam, $2. Cody Rhodes is becoming an unlikable babyface.
Just now? I think he's been an unlikable babyface for years, bro.
Oh. But guess what, man? The fans popped for him hard.
Absolutely.
Why? Because of the whoa. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Bro, they had a crowd shot, man, and there were grown men singing that song at the top of their lungs, bro.
Really?
And I'm like, my God, man. Like, wow.
Man, wow. The biggest pop of the night, other than Cody and Jey. Well, Jey was more of the yeet and the dancing. He didn't really get like a resounding ovation. Cody did, but the biggest pop of the night was Rhea. Like they really, really love Rhea. So I was like, man, hey, that says something, man, as far as Rhea's concerned. So kudos for her. Yvonne, $2. Congrats to the OKC Thunder 2025 champs.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. Womp womp.
So did you watch the game?
No.
It was a good game. It was a good game. Third quarter was really what broke it away with OKC. Tyrese Halliburton got injured and whatnot. So let's see. Sue Bear, $5. Thoughts on Iran U.S. conflict affecting WWE and Saudi. Probably best idea is reschedule Night of Champions, replacing Evolution. If canceled, the conflict continues. Yeah, I mean we covered that. I think yes. I mean it makes sense to cancel it, but.
Yeah, I just when you're talking about human lives, bro, man, you just don't take any chances. But
of course,
it's all about the money, man.
It's all about the money. $5, Eric. Vince, if you were writing and booking for Jade Cargill, would you write her the same way as you did China, or would you stay away from that?
No, they have different personalities because China. Really couldn't talk and really could have cut a promo. Jade's got a little bit more personality than China, but she would definitely be booked as a beast. I mean, Jade Cargill going like that with Roxanne Perez would have been like Terry Runnels giving China a run for her money. That just would have never happened.
That's a really good example.
Yeah.
That's like because I remember how she debuted. She was just shaking.
That's what got her up. That's what Jade Cargill should be doing to Roxanne Perez. But again, man, they come through that NXT system, and it's like they're Hunter and Sean's children. Okay, and you got people like me and Eric sitting at home saying, "Well, why? Like why?"
Yeah. Imagine Terry being booked to a random match against China, and China's coming from behind the whole match. Like, just that wouldn't make sense.
And then at the end of the match, Jade Cargill's flexing, and I'm like, really? Like, okay,
exactly. Let's see here. We got Williams Wrestling, $2. Who's more creative, Triple H or Tony Khan?
It's hard to say not working with them. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really hard to say. I would have to work alongside them to be able to answer that.
There you go. Super Omega 799. Most expensive ticket for WWE Live Show in Mexico next month, $21,000 US. It's crazy having this ticket prices. What's your thoughts on that, Vince?
I can't even believe that could be true.
I'm going to verify that. I'm going to check it out. But tomorrow, I'm actually going to talk about the insufficient justification effect when it comes to why people spend the money on ticket prices and why people justify coming to these events and paying all this money.
It's insane, bro. We're at the grocery store yesterday, and we needed eggs. And I look at the price of eggs, and I'm like, why am I going to get the eggs here when I can go to Costco and get them a lot cheaper? We're talking about pennies on the dollar. And these people are paying this kind of money for wrestling tickets?
Yeah. Eric, $2. Vince, Sami Zayn is world champion. Your reaction?
I'm going to I'd find the nearest bridge and jump off of it. How about that?
Man, you got to call me first, man.
I will.
Dez, $4.99. Seth has been his own mouthpiece, and Heyman being there is pointless.
Yeah.
They still have no name. Only Vince Russo could save this booking. God bless.
I mean, it does nothing about me saving the booking, but yeah, Chris, you know what I compared it to with Mad Mac on Friday night? Chris, we all read books. When you start reading a Stephen King novel, from page 1 to 10 to 20, the story starts developing. And we start getting interested in the story. We go from point A to point B to point C, and the story unravels. That's what doesn't happen here. It's the same thing every week. It would be like reading the first chapter of a book over and over and over again. That's exactly what WWE programming is. It's the same thing repeated to nauseum. There's no growth. There's no climax. There's no development. We saw that opening promo with Seth and Heyman. We've seen that since they've been together. We've seen that opening promo 6 to 8 times already. And it's the same thing, and it's the same content, and there's no progression in the story whatsoever. That's the problem. And again, what does that come down to, Chris? These are house shows in a different city. That's all it is to them. That's all it is to them.
And we still don't know what the story is, Vince. I mean, Roman Reigns has been out since then, so he's been out for over 2 months. CM Punk is now transitioned over to John Cena. Seth Rollins is left with just him and his boys and Paul Heyman. Like, what's the story? What's the payoff for Heyman going with Seth? It just still doesn't make any sense to me. Zubair, $10. Russo, totally agree. WWE should include real-life issues like USA Run on TV, but I think WWE always tries to avoid anything mainstream on purpose to avoid controversy. Example, Joe Gacy woke gimmick. Yeah, I mean,
you saw the difference. You know, Zubar and everybody else saw the difference when they even go anywhere near reality in the John Cena promo, and it's night and day. It's night and day compared to the rest of the crap they put on these shows. It's night and day.
Yeah, I heard about it, and I saw the 2 minutes of on Twitter, and I said, "Man, like this is prime Cena right here, man." And I heard that there was like I heard there was a code to the names that he mentioned. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. That might be this though.
You think so?
I don't know. Yeah.
Why would he say those names though?
I have no idea.
I think there's some legit. For those who don't know. The code is the M. Matt Cardona is for Matt Jackson. N. Nick Nemeth is for Nick Jackson, and then Claudio Castagnoli is the CC for Colt Cabana. So, and that's in reference to the AEW fiasco that CM Punk.
Well, what about no Kenny Omega though? No Kenny Omega mentioned in there.
No, I think it was probably just the CC for Colt Cabana.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, number
Punk
one,
and Colt are beefing.
Yeah, number one, who cares, and number two, who even got that?
But the thing is, Vince, it's easy for you to say who cares, but I think that, again, you have to understand who the audience is.
You're
And I
right.
know
You're right.
this,
You're right. You're right.
but you
You're
got to
right.
understand who the
Yep.
audience is.
You are
They're
right.
all about
You are right.
breaking codes.
I always say I speak for the casuals, and we don't care. But you are absolutely right, Chris. Absolutely right.
CS7M 279. Vince Owen was over in 97. Why change to blue blazer?
God, bro, I hate when people ask me questions from 30 years ago, bro. Like I can't tell you what I was thinking at the time, what we were thinking at the time. Just because Owen was so entertaining, man. He was just so entertaining and so much fun that we thought the blue blazer would be very, very entertaining.
Nice. Instagram, a wrestling historian, $2. Jey Uso lost to King of the Ring. Vince Russo's fault. It's your fault, Vince. It's your fault.
Yes.
YB lost $4.99. All the hype from Friday night, and then we get this on Monday.
Yeah, that's typical, man. You guys know the routine. You know the routine.
When's Saudi? Is that this Saturday?
Well,
this Saturday.
Well, it's Friday. SmackDown's in Saudi on Friday, bro.
Right. But Night of Champions, the match between Cena and CM Punk is Saturday. Why didn't they push it? Why didn't they pump it up?
Oh, there was a long package, bro. A long package.
Oh, the yin and the yang. We saw that.
Yeah.
We saw
Yeah. Long. Yeah.
Hannibal, $5. Since there aren't any more house shows, wouldn't this be perfect time to end the brand split rosters?
Great suggestion, Hannibal. I agree with you.
And then finally, we got YB lost $199. Is Undertaker going to save WWE Creative?
Nobody's going to save WWE Creative, bro. It needs to be an overhaul, but they think they're doing just fine. So it's it is what it is.
Yes, indeed. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change but the day, Vince. Nothing's going to change but the day. All right, Vince, let them know where to find you, my brother.
Guys, go to patreon.com/Russo TWC and get your free week of the brand. It'll cost you absolutely nothing.
Yes, indeed. Follow me at Chris Prolific. Of course, follow the Pancake. Subscribe to the Pancakes and Power Slam show, as I will be talking about Leon Festinger, a really very renowned psychologist. He came up with cognitive dissonance theory, had this really cool experiment with the $1 bill and the $20 bill, and how the people who had the $1 bill got paid to do the same thing as the $20 bill, but the $1 bill showed a greater level of cognitive dissonance. Why? I'll explain that tomorrow and how that relates to today's wrestling fans. So be sure to subscribe to Pancakes and Power Slam tomorrow. This guy right here is Vince Russo. I am Dr. Chris. This is the Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.